Welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant. And check this out. I've heard of these kafanas before, but I didn't know really what it was about. And so let's go ahead and check it out. Let's not talk. Let's see what they're about. Let's see what they're about. We're in Serbia, by the way. Yes, I.
Craving for hearty food and traditional live music? Then head for a kafana, Serbia's traditional restaurants.
Traditional restaurants.
What can you order?
I'm hungry.
When can you come and when is it time to leave? We'll tell you all there is to know about traditional kafanas.
Dobar dan, ja sam Zorislav Stanković, vlasnik Nišlijske mehane i pomoći ću vam, potrudit ću se da vidite prave kafane na jugu Srbije.
Nišlijska mehana is in the heart of Niš, Serbia's third largest city. It's been around since 1997 and gets especially crowded on Friday and Saturday evenings.
Kafana je život.
Nekako je baš negde naša lična karta.
Kafana je sve, da kažem, i početak i kraj. Jer sve što počne u kafani završit će se ponovo u kafani, jer ako smo mi sklopili neki posao, mi ćemo ga nazdraviti posao opet u kafani.
A typical kafana might take you back in time. Timber work, lots of wooden furniture, costumes on the wall. This kafana aims at replicating the look of old Niš.
So question, does each kafana have different decor? And have some modernized kafanas? Because if I want to do a kafana, hey, that's where I'm going. To have that old world vibe come at you, especially if they're cooking traditional food and thing, and the ambiance is like that, hey, a giant is going to love that.
Ima puno sitnih detalja koji su i narodna nošnja i vezani stolnjaci, zavese, sve ono što gost kad dođe da oseti da je to kao došao negde u kućnom ambijentu.
As soon as you are seated, you should start by ordering appetizers. Typically, you'll find different kinds of salad like this one. Salad Bileshki Unebes, spicy cheese salad.
Spicy cheese salad.
Make sure to also order some of those hot appetizers that Serbia is famous for, like butcher's juvec, pork neck with peppers, onions and spices. Important rules, don't eat too much because the main courses are yet to come, and take your time, don't rush.
Rakija.
Ja predlažem da u kafanama na jugu Srbije ne treba da ima sat, jer kad se uđe u kafanu vreme je stalo. Onda ne treba da se gleda na sat uopšte.
So, what are the typical dishes? The main dishes are hearty and include meat like pork barbecue and sausages. You will also find dishes where the meat is stuffed with cheese. Be ready to share your meal because typically the food is being served on one big platter so everyone can grab a bite.
See, that's like an ancient way of eating. You understand what I mean? And in a lot of cultures, you have it like this. You understand what I mean? It helps boost community. I know in certain parts of Africa, there's a big bowl. People are taking their bread, whatever they dip in and they eat it. I know they do it in India. And I know they do it in some Asian countries and stuff. And in some South American countries, that's that communal stuff, the community vibe. You understand what I mean? And a restaurant that looks like it's a 5-star restaurant, they serve a big platter and everybody's just, grabbing a piece and eating and thing. Oh, man, like I've been to restaurants and I've seen people like, oh, I want to try that. And they're like feeding each other. That's perfect right there. You just bring out a big platter and it's like, boom, everybody just grab a piece and stuff. And I know there's probably some restaurants that do that here. But, with the ambience of the place and stuff, and there's some medieval stuff, historical stuff, not medieval, sorry, historical stuff going on. Whew, that's that community stuff right there.
Do you mind sharing?
Ne. Mi baš tako volimo, iskreno. Mi jesmo iz Beograda, ali generalno dosta putujemo, mislim, po južnoj Srbiji i
You could tell he's got a little rakija.
Baš drago kad tako vidimo da se servira sve iz jednog
Meni je to fenomenalno. Ja inače to baš volim jer onda možemo tako da probamo više jela i da onako svi uživamo i da ne moramo da donesemo baš odluku vezanu za jedno jelo.
A to je super, to je super nekako. S jedne strane ajde kao prilika da se proba na različite jela, s druge strane nekako delimo, ono, imaš neki trenutak bliskosti, nije sad kao moj tanjir, moj svet, nego malo probaš od ovog, probaš od onog, podeliš svoju hranu sa drugima.
Share food with your friends and stuff, you know.
All the hearty food is usually washed down with rakia, Serbia's legendary plum brandy. And if you are a smoker, you actually can go for it. It's still common in kafanas all around Serbia. The people of Niš like their kafanas so much, they even dedicated a monument to one of their famous writers, him sitting at a kafana table. And even the historians study kafanas.
Značaj kafane u srpskom društvu je nemerljiv. Imajući u vidu da se ona formira kao institucija već od 16. veka, okupljujući različite ljude u sebi, nije zanemarljivo to što je veliki srpski komediograf Branislav Nušić rekao da se u njoj formira javno mnjenje.
Kafanas can be found everywhere in Serbia, but also in other former Yugoslavian countries like North Macedonia and Montenegro. They date back to the Ottoman Empire, where they started as coffee houses. Another attraction.
See, a lot of things that happens like that. The ruling class of people bring something, and then they make it into their own. The local culture does. You see what I'm saying? And I'm thinking that's what happened here with the kafanas and stuff like that. You know, they localize it to take.
Action that can be found at kafanas on Friday and Saturday nights is live music. Bands will often come to the kafanas, typically playing Serbian folk music. Fancy a certain song? Ask the band to play it for you. Be sure to tip the band afterwards. They depend on this income.
Obično volim da je atmosfera vesela i da to tako ide. Iako znam dosta pesama, nikad se ne setim te neke određene pesme koju bih naručila u datom trenutku. Bitno nam je samo da je veselo.
O da, pa to se podrazumeva, prosto, to se podrazumeva, da. I za muziku, naravno, i za uslugu u kafani,
You see, that's another thing too, because you hear people always say, Europeans don't tip. There's no tipping in Europe. There's no tipping. You see, they blanket the whole place, and here is these people talking about tipping the musicians that's playing, tipping the waiters. You know what I mean? It's like that's what they say all the time. Europeans don't tip because they get the salary straight and stuff like that. Comment down below and then tell me if in places like Serbia and Bosnia, Montenegro, Macedonia, is it customary to tip the waitress and the waiters and stuff like that there. Overall, not just in the kafanas.
And you can be in a kafana basically at any time. They usually open at 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning to serve breakfast and stay open until midnight.
Ooh.
But don't forget to tip the waiter before leaving.
See?
Roughly 10% will do. Have you heard of kafanas before? And would you go to enjoy the live music? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I've heard of them before. I just never looked into them, and I didn't realize there's a whole culture about them. You understand what I mean? That was quite interesting. Good food, community, music, yeah, live music at that. Because mainly you go into restaurants, or around here it's just music is blasting through speakers. You could, you can't hear yourself talk. Or there's a sports games going on there, It's like all this other stimuli that, that's what the thing about the kafana seems like. It's a place where you go, you eat, you commune with people and stuff like that, and you vibe up. You know what I mean? That's what these eateries are supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's not a place where you go, oh, like I went out with friends of mine and they watched soccer match there. I don't want to watch no soccer match. If I'm gonna go out with friends, I want to talk to the friends, see what's up with them. You know, when they went on vacation, we talk. Yeah, even with your family, you go to eat with your family. That's a time you have a conversation, not sit there and watch some sports game or something like that. That to me is the idea of having a restaurant or a kafana, a place to sit and eat. It's a place to have community. You know what I mean? And you go to other people near the table, they talk to them, you do this, you do that. And if there's live music, and I'm not talking about a band up on a stage playing, like the kafana is, you request something and they just sing it for you. You understand what I'm saying? That's some vibes right there. That's some vibes right there. And I hope you guys enjoy. Please comment down below, tell me what you think. And if there's more to the kafanas than is that what was told here, hit me up in the comment section about it. You understand what I mean? And if you haven't heard of them, now you have, because I know there's some people watching that, just want to learn about Balkan culture thing, There's a vibe, you understand? Now, if you want to watch some more videos on Serbia, I'll leave a playlist in the bottom here of all the cultural and historical stuff that I've reacted to Serbia, somewhere here. I also have a playlist of Serbian music, if you want to check that out. In the meantime, y'all take care of each other. Let's try to keep the love and understanding growing in this world. You understand what I'm saying?